I work in an office, and because of that, we get a lot of phone calls from our clients asking about different things, whether it be relating to their service or maybe they need to update some payment information, whatnot. Today, a lady called in and she was not happy. The essence of what she was unhappy was about she was kind of stupid. She was misunderstanding some things and was kind of taking out that frustration onto us. Now, my coworkers, they're not like me. They're in their 40s, you know. They have very much like alert kind of attitudes towards this position where they're like they take it so seriously. I don't take these people seriously. Obviously, I help them out. Obviously, I do what I need to do, but I don't stress. You know, if someone's yelling at me over the phone, I kind of just sit there like, nah, which is what I did today. She was yelling at me. She's like, you need to reverse these charges, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right, well, I'll see what I'll talk to my team, see what I can do. She's like, no, this is not a discussion. I'm not going to talk to you. And then she would talk to me for like 25 minutes. You know, it's ridiculous. But what I more or less want to talk about is kind of like every aspect of it. Okay. What I noticed when I was speaking with her, I was able to like relate with her a little bit. I almost wanted to tell her, I'm like, no, ma'am, I totally understand what you're saying. I'm on your side here. Because she was upset about, it was about $113 being deducted from her card. And she's saying that the services were not rendered, the evidence of the services being rendered were fake, that we stole her credit card information, and that we're all shady people, right? And I go, ma'am, I'm looking at these photos. It's like so clear that we did the job. Also, we sent you an email yesterday to update your payment information, and then you updated your payment information, and then now you're saying that we stole your credit card. Very confusing, right? The entire time though, I was sitting there, I'm like, what could be like what can anger a person this much to be yelling at 8 before 8:30 in the morning, you know? And it hits me. It's like this woman is obviously not in a good spot. You know, obviously she has other things to worry about in her life, and boom, some 100 something bucks is out of her account because of of services rendered what almost over a month ago. You know, she's out. It's out of mind, out of sight. So she's like, "Oh, what the fuck? Like, what's going on here? Why am I losing money for something I don't remember?" Now I was speaking to her in the same kind of way I'm speaking now, where I'm kind of quiet, kind of calm, you know, because that's how I speak to customers. I don't ever raise my voice. I don't ever plan to, you know, because like I said, I don't engage with that at work. You know, at work is my time to not do that. I engage with that on the game when it's funny and when I have like an audience and there's a camera and I'm doing it for laughs. If I'm not doing it for laughs, and I'm just sitting in an office around like 40-year-olds, I'm just gonna sit there like, okay, cool. You know, you can yell all you want. I'm unfazed, right? But there was one moment where she was yelling, and I felt really bad because she's like, "Oh my God, I have a medical condition, and my doctor said I can't be stressing this much, and now look at me, I'm stressing." And I was like, "Yeah, no, this is not my fault. No, this is not anyone's fault. She just has like extenuating circumstances, you know, outside factors that are affecting this incident right now." And it was there that I realized I'm like, this lady is just like she's in a worse position than me, evidently, you know. So I try to treat her with that like understanding within my service. You know, I was like, you know what, ma'am, I do see that. Well, there was also like a fucking discount that was supposed to be applied to that. It should have only been like 50 something bucks. But my boss didn't see that and just ran her card, you know. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do everything in my power to speak with my team, and we'll see how we can get this resolved. I think what people don't understand, especially in like customer service, speaking with clients, like what people don't understand in that service in that situation is like, at least how I view it is like I'm the person that they're coming to. You know, like they're calling me. They're needing help from me. At the end of the day, if they're gonna yell at me and get all upset, 9 times out of 10, it's like not, it's 100 times out of 10, it's not my fault. 9 times out of 10, they're mad about something unrelated to what is even happening. You know, they're using this as like an outlet to let it out. And I'm not saying, oh, we need to learn to like be okay with being treated like shit. You know, I don't enjoy being yelled at. I don't want to be yelled at. But I also have a deeper understanding of what's going on. You know, I made a quick understanding that this lady was just clearly distraught about something. Is probably on her older side, given the medical history she detailed to me. Me as a person, I just understood it like, okay, obviously this lady's having a fucking awful time. My other coworkers were telling me that they spoke with her and were getting a similar experience. So obviously she's like getting worked up over this. What can I do to resolve this? Is me getting mad gonna help? Is me yelling back? Is me being like, you need to act like an adult and you will call us back? What my coworkers would do, they would be like, ma'am, you can call me back whenever you are ready to speak instead of yell or something. And like I get that. Like I get that, you know. I have that sense of me that's like I can just figure this out without needing a whole like a scene. You know, I don't need to be the parent. I don't need to be a corrector of behavior. I can just get the job done and understand what needs to be done instead of trying. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to phrase this. I was able to understand what her frustrations were to a degree, and because of that, it helped me not only come to a solution with her, but also somewhat repair the damaged relationship that she had with our company because of just the way I handled it. We get a lot of calls from people. I've only had maybe this was maybe my second one of someone being like like complaining about something and I needed to handle them. I remember the first time I handled it somewhat similarly. I told the guy I was like, "Hey man, I'll do what I can with my team and I'll get back to you. We'll work this out." I'm very much someone who just wants to not like help them, move them aside, get it over with, but I mean like if someone's upset and they're mad about something, especially if it's like money wise, I'm able to just kind of I've been there, man. I've been there. I've been poor, bro. I get it. You know what I mean? Like I understand what the fuck you're going through, bro. I want to help you out as much as I can, man. Let's work with something. I'm pretty sure we were able to get that lady that 50% discount along with something else. I don't remember, but the way that people speak is also just kind of ridiculous. I'm now going to transition from a understanding point of view to a lady, what is your problem point of view. It's 8 something in the morning. I'm going through our logs and it's an email from this lady and the email is like, "Hi, my name is hi, my name is Ashley Megandale, and that was a fake name if you couldn't tell. And I have an issue with my billing. Please give me a call back." And I call her back. I'm like, "Hey, this is EJ." Um, and I just name dropped it, so I'm gonna bleep that out in the recording. "Hey, this is EJ. How can I help you?" Boom! Instant fucking screaming at me. You know what I'm saying? What? It's like 8 in the morning, man. Come on. And it was like 20 minutes long of her yelling at me and making demands. And she's like, "We're not even gonna have a conversation. You're gonna reverse this now, or I'm going to my bank." And I was just like, I'm speaking. I'm like, "Ma'am, I'm gonna do what I can here. And it's not like I'm cowering before her. I'm not doing her demands. I'm telling her just in a calmer tone. Yeah, well, I'm looking at it right here. You did get these services rendered, and it looks like you clicked the link to update your card, and then you updated your card, and then the card got updated, and then the payment processed because your card was updated. Just kind of explain shit to her. And then she's like, it was just, she like genuinely laughed at me. She was like, why am I even stressing about this? Remember, she was like stressing about how like she can't be stressing as a medical condition. She goes, why am I even stressing about this? I could just go to my bank and have it all sent back to me. And I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, your bank's probably gonna get it done faster, yo. Like I was like, okay, man, I don't do that. I don't care. I don't care what you do. You can go to the bank, you can go to God, you can go to anybody. I don't care what happens in the scenario. It's not something I ever have to worry about, you know. But I sat there and I felt after I was done feeling bad about her situation, I then just I felt disappointed, you know. I would never speak to someone like that over the phone. In person, maybe. In person, where I can see their face, I can maybe get that through to them. But if it's like someone I literally do not know, and I'm more or less upset with the like a company, but I'm taking it out on like one person, that doesn't make sense to me. And because there's no logic in that, I'm unable to do that. Sure, I can get frustrated and take out like maybe my tone, but like let's use it for example. I had to call my bank month or so ago. I was trying to get information about my car, and I was getting thrown through so many loopholes. My bank handles my car payment as well. I was just so many fucking twists and turns. So many people who did not speak like me, so it was really hard to understand. It was a really hard time understanding them, and I was just getting really frustrated. But I didn't ever take it out on the person who was on the phone. You know what I'm saying? I never was like, "You're a fucking idiot." Oh, she was saying names to me. You're a fucking idiot. You don't know what you're doing. I don't do that. That doesn't solve anything. I think I've done that once to a guy on the phone, but I'm pretty sure he deserved it if I remember it correctly. If I did it, he probably deserved it. That's what I'm gonna say. But it doesn't make logical sense to yell at someone over the phone, especially that early in the morning. Like you got better things to do, girl. You know what I'm saying? You got better things to do. After was done feeling disappointed with her, we then as like a team, we all spoke about because we had all that was it was my time to get the call with her. Everyone else had spoken with her beforehand, and we all went over our interactions with this woman, and all of them were like, "She just gets me so worked up," and it's like blah 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 blah, and I'm like, why do you guys get worked up over this? And they're like, because they're so rude and disrespectful. I'm like, I don't view these people as like people. Like, I don't give a shit. And they looked at me weird for a second. I was like, do y'all like, do y'all like actually view these people calling in as like people? You know what I mean? Like your peers? That's insane. I explained to them, I was like, yeah, no, they're calling me for help. I'm already above them in this situation. I start, it is not a ground level conversation. I am already above them. They're calling me for help. They need my assistance. You know what I'm saying? They're like, they cannot get mad at me. Or if they do, I don't take it to like a personal level. I don't let it affect me because I'm above them. Their anger does not reach me. I'm up there. I explained that to them. I was like, yeah, I don't really care. Once the phone call is done, you're not I don't interact with you anymore. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna let that linger in me because it's not real. You're a person on the phone. I don't know you. The most of like a human I have of a depiction of you is your file I have pulled up, and it's overdrawn because you have no money, Brandy. But they were telling me they just get so upset. They get so worked up. They let these people push their buttons. And I don't really understand that. I don't understand allowing people who call in like that to push buttons. Except I think I can relate. Now that I think about it a little harder, I think I can relate because I allow people on my video game to get me worked up. You know? I allow people who I play Overwatch with, my teammates, my enemies, people typing in chat, people talking in voice. I allow that to get me worked up. But it's the same thing. I don't see these people. I don't know them. I think the only difference there is that I guess Overwatch is something I'm like actively engaged in at all times. Maybe. Or something, I don't know. My point is, being yelled at like 8:15 in the morning is not fun. A lol. But there's different ways, there's different understandings that you can have to just make it a little bit more bearable. Again, I'm not saying, oh, I deserve to get yelled at or I should just like get used to it. I mean, I should. I should get used to it. It's gonna happen a lot more. But I'm saying there's there's ways to deal with these situations. There's a lot more nuance. There's a lot more of an introspective moment you can have with these situations that I feel like a lot of people don't really acknowledge. You know, when someone calls in and they're yelling and they're upset, I don't view them as the 54-year-old who needs her lawn mowed. I view her as like a 7-year-old kid screaming at me to go outside and play. You know, I don't view these people as people. I view them as little things I have to deal with before I can get back to watching my show. And I think because of that, I'm better equipped to deal with more hostile clients. Because, like I said, my coworkers, they get very upset. They get very riled up. And I just sit there, like, kind of zoned out. When they just keep going and going and going, I just zone out. Like, I'm just like, uh-huh. I start thinking of Overwatch. I start thinking of literally anything else. Because it's not worth my brain power. It's not worth my peace or anything. It's not worth it to engage. To doesn't help me, doesn't help them. It doesn't it's not fun to me. It's not fun for them, you know? At the end of the day, they want something fixed, and I want them to get off the phone. So the fastest way to do that is just to be the person who can just take that brunt, like force, take that brunt aggression and then just get them over with. And it's not even like, oh, I just want to get this done so I can go back to my thing. It's more like I want to help this person as much as I can, but I also don't want to listen to this person. I swear if I go get my laptop from work, I could probably pull like a 15-20 minute call of her just yelling at me. And it's not fun. I don't enjoy it. But I also have a level of understanding, a level of insight into what some of these people are going through to be able to understand where that anger is coming from so I can better assess it, address it, and then find a solution. What I'm trying to say with this video, guys, is be nice to the people that are working customer service. Please don't yell at me when I'm at work. I don't enjoy it. Thank you.